Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
I understand. If you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 100th episode of Screaming Into the Void. We made it, folks. We're good enough for syndication. It takes network television 5 to 10 years to get this far. Woohoo! My name is Samuel the Infamous, and with me on panel right at the moment, we should be joined by a few other people as we progress along. Caucasian Sasquatch, how you doing, man?
Chilling like a villain, cheating, robbing, stealing. How you doing? You're doing pretty good over here with your little screamy into the void thing. I brought my own void.
Yeah. Also joining us today, hasn't been on the show for a while, but has been on the show before. And some of y'all might recognize her from the chat or from her own channel where she does some pretty amazing things. Luke Castley 20.
Hello, hello. Congratulations on your 100th episode. And I got to say that intro, that is such a boy intro. I love it. It's pure boy.
That's true. It is. That took me like 2 days of editing. Yeah, and I had to get some advice from a friend who's much better at this sort of thing than I am, and it's still I'm mostly happy with it. There's some sound issues that I haven't been able to fix, but otherwise, yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. It's a fun intro. I like it. So, and thank you for being here, both of you. Hello, chat.
AI to create some intro because I think it would be funny and completely off-putting, and no one would get it.
Possibly. So, but now we're here. We're live. We're live on 3 different YouTube channels currently. My channel, Samuel the Infamous. We're on Caucasian Sasquatch, and we're on Luke Castley 20 over 50. So I will try to rein in some of the jokes a little bit for you guys over at Luke's channel.
Just realized she was in the chat, and I'm like, oh my God, she's been seeing that stuff. Sam,
Yeah.
how dare you? That's your fault, not mine. You invited me.
So Luke Castley has this uncanny knack for showing up in chat at exactly the wrong moment. I was like, how do you do that?
Well, my thinking is the topics are pretty colorful most of the time, all throughout. So I think that anytime I join in, you're probably going to be talking about some spicy stuff. So do not censor yourself because I'm having my folks coming in. We are celebrating you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
She's nice. You hear that?
Colorful. That's why I
Spicy.
feel bad sometimes.
Yes.
You know how that how it was growing up, man, where you were told like you don't talk certain ways, and when the lady is present and all that stuff. Like that's why it gets to me a little bit. But I got some other ladies who come up on the panel, but one of them's a Marine. She's worse than I am. No, but I will let's say hello to who we have in chat right now. We're also live on Twix and Rumble at the moment as well. Speaking of worse than I am, green-haired anti-liberal, welcome.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Oh, you'll let anybody in here, won't you?
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, it's good to have you. Good to have you.
Good to be
We're
here.
just saying hello to the chat now.
Hello.
Suka is laughing about the thumbnail. I did do something different with the thumbnail this week. So Gal and Squatch should remember this. A couple weeks back, we had that discussion about, and again, loose chat. Sorry, But we had that discussion about fluid dynamics of semen in zero gravity,
Yes.
and we kind of came up with this character that's like superhero character. So Suka went and did his AI thing, and he sent me a couple of images, and I clipped the character out of one of them and just slapped him on the thumbnail. So there you go. It's Jizz Man in space.
You got to say it
Terrible
right. It's Jizz Man in space. Right?
Yeah, it's
I mean, it fits
like
the
Captain
thumbnail.
Caveman, but gross. Yeah.
But stickier. That's what I say about Sasquatch Says. It's like Simon Says, but stickier.
Indeed. So, but yeah, hello, Suka. Yeah, and I'm pretty happy with the thumbnail. It was funny. I thought I'd do something a little for the 100th episode. With Jack Tarlad in chat. Good to see you, my man. Welcome. Kohai Masochist. Thank you. Happy 100th. Actually, Kohai has been with us since I think episode 3 or 4. So she's been here a long time. And that's only because she didn't find out that I actually know Kohai outside of the internet, and she didn't find out I was doing it. We'd already been a couple episodes in. Relax, dude. She's married.
Come on, man. There's always a good time for a nice little bar drop.
We also have Caucasian Sasquatch is up here on the panel with us. Beak, thank you, my man, for being here with us. Beak has been with us for a long time too. Chill with Claiborne, good to see you. We got Andy Pickle here. Hello. Thank you, Jack. We have Crispy Treat. Hello, good to see you.
Hello
Welcome
there,
to the
darling. It's nice to see you.
And I believe that's caught us up on everybody in chat except Gal, who was late, so she gets to stay down.
I'm sorry.
She didn't bring an infinite void to fall into. You're slipping.
I'm sorry. I will do better.
Dude,
true. Speaking of Gal, have you met Lou?
I think once before. Might not have been like
Okay.
directly on stream, but yes.
Yeah, I've been watching you, Gal. So you can you are great with the boys. I just
Yeah.
watch and the back and forth is amazing. I love it.
I'm glad for that. You're like an internet mama, so I'm like, I swear I'm being good.
Gal, have you
What's that?
encountered the raging tomato yet?
Have I what? What?
Have you come across the raging tomato yet?
I have not.
Give her a look. See, you might actually be tripped out by what you find over there. She's ex-military, red-pilled man, no sphere debunker type. I don't know. I haven't exactly quantified what it is she's doing.
I already like her.
Y'all might enjoy each other's company is all I'm saying.
Noted. I will check her. Thank you.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Sam. That thing.
No,
happened
you're
again.
good. It is absolutely fine.
It
One
is.
of the nice things, the things I enjoy most about doing what we do here on the internet is the opportunity to meet people from all over the world,
Mhm.
right? And to have conversations with people, and you make friends and you interact, and usually through interacting with one person, you end up meeting 5 other people, and then so on and so on. And it's a way for us all to connect without having to travel, which is kind of
Robot
cool,
Sam
really,
is
when you think
back.
about it. Especially because I'm really, god damn it.
I mean, you came back.
Sam. Robot Sam's my favorite.
It's the best.
The bestest.
Yeah.
It was not the most opportune
hopefully that
time
doesn't
for
happen.
you to robot.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often throughout the course of the show
Yeah.
here. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good to be here. It's good that we get a chance to interact with other people and all that. And that's been pretty cool. I actually met all 3 of the people on panel right here through someone else that I know on the internet. So it is
a
how it is.
Tangled web we weave.
I'm sorry. I can't control what you do when I'm not around.
It's true.
With Tiffany's Epiphany with us today. Hello.
Well, hello. You have a good first name there. And last internet name. Works well together.
Dennis Bigfoot. And there, hey, Bernie, good to see you, man. So yeah. So this has been like, I didn't want to get too deep into some of the news because that tends to get to a more serious, dark place, and I'd really rather focus on the fact that we're here, we're having fun, and it's great, and all that stuff. So I did come across a video this morning from CNN that talks about apparently there's been a group of researchers who've been involved in this whole mapping the known, stellar neighborhood, as it were, about 1,000 light years out. A lot of this has to do with some of the new tech they've got up there, like the JWST and that sort of thing. And apparently they think that they've found a number of potentially huge constructed things out there that they're referring to as Dyson spheres.
Can I take a swing at this right quick?
Sure.
It ruined everyone's day. So if you look at the data that's involved in how they crunch the numbers on this, it has to do with apparent luminosity in reference to the location of where we are. So when you're trying to track the number of planets on a star, say, what you do is you film the star for the course of a couple of months or maybe a couple of years, and over that time the planets transit the stars, and you measure the apparent luminosity of that star, and it can tell you how large the body is between you and it. Right? Fairly basic math. I mean, yeah, it's astronomical, but it's relatively basic. These Dyson sphere calculations also coincide with things like a certain density of gas clouds, high density asteroid fields or belts, rings perhaps that aren't luminous for us to see here, but it simply interferes with the light. And the reason they're saying they're Dyson spheres is because the light is being interfered so regularly that it seems artificial. But it wouldn't necessarily have to be artificial if hypothetically a star was surrounded by a bunch of ferrous material. Then all of the ferrous material would be magnetized, and you would essentially have a naturally occurring Dyson sphere type signature. But what do I know? I'm just a Sasquatch.
Well, yeah, and that brings one of the points that actually I think they brought up in the video is the likelihood of these being actual like alien constructions is very, very low. I mean, given that in any given species, it reaches a certain level of technological and sociological progression, tends to implode. Kind of like we're seeing ourselves do now, and we're nowhere near creating something like that, And for those who don't know, a Dyson sphere is essentially an energy harnessing mechanism that's built many times the size of the star that it surrounds. It's sort of like the greatest solar powered generator ever. They're theoretical as far as we know.
Yeah, this is just half of what Sasquatch said. Yep. I'm but a humble Marine. I don't know half of what you said, but it sounds, I liked it. Well, I recognize words in it.
That's why I forgot to say this at the top of the show. We usually do cover this part of it. This is Screaming Into the Void. This is the show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like, and occasionally it's pretty esoteric stuff like this.
Okay, so in my head, I'm thinking this is like watching like a Star Wars movie or any of those space out there movies. It's just fascinating, but I have no idea what they're saying.
How I felt.
Fair enough. Well, that's the thing, is Dyson spheres only exist in science fiction, so it'd be very surprising if there was any truth to what they were saying. If they're saying like, oh shit, we found somebody out there is building these things, right? Which implies that there is a civilization of some kind out in the void that has surpassed our level of civilization.
Yeah, but I have an issue with us witnessing them build it. What are the chances, the odds, the long odds that we would happen to be at a location in our technology capable of observing the construction of a Dyson sphere that was built 70,000 years ago, 70,000 light years away on another star, which means not only have they completed that project, but they probably noticed us. That's not good.
See, and I think of like Stargate for stuff like this, because that's my.
I hear what you're saying, but there is zero evidence for faster than light anything.
Yeah.
Is it perhaps a perceptual issue that we have, or is our measurements incapable of measuring above that point because we don't have a starting point with which to do it, a reference as it were, and therefore light speed is the limit? When we reach light speed, do we witness more of the universe from the perspective of light speed because we're now in a different reference point from the speed of light? These are the questions that keep Sasquatch up at night. Aren't we in the void? Isn't this the place we can bring these things?
See, I just sleep at night.
Yeah, what's that short going around right now about the how do you spell chauffeur? Yeah,
CHA
fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants. You gonna spell chauffeur after flexing like that? You sleep and can spell chauffeur? How dare you?
I don't spell chauffeur, it's French.
I say driver. I call him the designated driver in all cases.
I think there's another U in there somewhere. Is that right?
It is correct.
No, fair enough.
Oh wait, no.
I thought
this is a different word, apparently. A table stove or small furnace, usually a cylindrical box of sheet iron. What the hell? Okay, maybe there's multiple.
Chauffeur.
And there's an extra U.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. There's probably an extra U in there somewhere. So you verified that Gal is a fancy pants that can't spell chauffeur.
It's French. Of course, there's an extra U in there somewhere.
Right.
It's also got a baguette with some cigarettes.
I kind of hate to pick on you, Luke Castley, about this, but like you're a native Spanish speaker, right? Okay, so
Correct.
How is it that native Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian speakers can reconcile the fact that French is included among the Romance languages when it resembles none of them?
I have no idea. It does sound completely different than Portuguese and Italian, because if I'm listening to Portuguese and Italian, I can tell more or less what they're saying. But when I hear French, I have no idea what they're saying. I mean, it sounds fancy, but that's about it. So I don't know.
Whenever I try with French, like I have very limited Spanish background, 6.5 years, but I didn't like any of my instructors, so there wasn't a lot of learning there. But I recognize similarities between them sometimes, like in structure when I'm looking at them, at the language, but then it's pronounced completely ridiculously for French. It makes no sense. Sorry.
It's a dumb language, and frankly, I see where the roots are, where it shares the similarities, but the pronunciations are so wildly different. Like the fact that they just leave off like half the word, they just don't pronounce it.
But then they do pronounce like Anglaise, the way it's spelled. You would think that they wouldn't pronounce the second half of it. Like when I looked at it before I actually learned it, I was like, oh, Anglais. No.
Yeah, they probably just do that to mess with English speakers. You know that whole thing about them in England.
Yes.
I
don't get it. Like, I understand a little bit of Spanish because like Gal, I took like 4 some odd years of Spanish. And then after school, I worked with a bunch of native Spanish speakers doing construction for a few years, where hilariously, I learned more about the language there than I did in school. So I can understand a little bit here and there. I can read more of it than I can speak. And I know very well when I'm being insulted, but as a result of that, like Portuguese is very, very, very similar to Spanish. So I can get a little bit of Portuguese too, you know, and some Italian, but French, I got nothing.
Yeah. I can count to 10 in French, but that's because I learned it in school for a project.
My mother knew 6 languages.
What's that?
I don't remember what languages it was, but I know she spoke Spanish, French, German, Italian, and Portuguese, but I don't know what else she spoke. I know she knew 6 languages. And she used to speak them constantly. She'd cuss in Italian. That was one of the best things to ever see, was this tiny little redneck woman over there cussing in flawless Italian.
See, I love languages. Like, I have a knack for them. It's just I don't fluently speak any of them besides English. And like when I was in Costa Rica, I feel like I might have said this on this channel once before, but like I communicated with someone, like it was a local guide that was still new to her job. She could understand English, but she couldn't really speak it. And I was the flip side of that coin. So I would speak to her in English. She'd understand, speak to me in Spanish, and I'd understand what she's saying. So we had a full-on conversation, not speaking the same language, but understanding each other. It was pretty cool. And like, I also speak Japanese a little bit. I can read it, just like Sam said, even with Spanish, I can read it better than I can speak it, but it's mainly because I don't speak it with other people. So with Japanese, like I took that in college and then I was stationed there in Japan. So I was able to do more. And then I wanted to pick it back up about 10 years later when I left. So I've just been doing that, but I don't know, languages fascinate me. Like I want to learn all of them. So
it is. The only thing with languages is that if you don't use them, you lose them. I mean, you can take 5-6 years of a specific language, but if you don't daily speak with people that are speaking back with you, you lose it. Even with my family, when we talk amongst ourselves, sometimes it's easier. English becomes easier than our actual Spanish because we don't use it as much. So my mom and dad, every time we come up with some weird made up word in Spanish, we hear it from here till the end of time. But it is one of those things that if you don't regularly use it, you're not gonna remember.
Right. Well, and that's kind of fascinating because so I took a river cruise in Europe in 2019 and Europe is so different than over here where, you can travel for 9 hours and be in the same state, travel 9 hours over there and you've went through 5 countries. So I was asking some of the crew, like, how does that work with the different languages in different countries? And they're like, oh, we just speak English. Like, because they'll leave their home in Germany, but they work like in France or Amsterdam or something, and they just take a train and they travel through different countries. And the easiest, most universal language is English. I found it fascinating because I was like, there's such a taboo thing in the States where, speak English. You can't say that to people. But if you go over to Europe, that's what they speak to each other because it's kind of universal over there. It's kind of cool.
It's become a trade language.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yep.
It's been my experience that while you may not be able to access the second language easily without the spurring on of being in the language, like I've worked with a lot of Spanish speaking people. I understand an unbelievable amount of Spanish. It is ridiculous. The thing is I don't immediately understand it. It doesn't just, it takes a couple of hours of hearing it, and it soaks in after a few minutes, and then I start picking up words, and then I pick up more words, and then next thing you know, I can kind of start speaking it a little bit. But this is all derived from having dated a Spanish chick in high school, and I desperately wanted to get along with her family, and so I just soaked that crap up osmosis.
And also the beautiful thing about Spanish in those countries, Italian, is we speak a lot with our hands. So we do a lot of gestures. So that helps when we're trying to speak to somebody else, and we make gestures and we signal and we do all of these things. And I found it very challenging. Anytime I had to make a phone call when I didn't know English that much, it was harder to communicate on the phone because I couldn't point, or I couldn't make whatever I wanted to say with my hands on the phone. So yeah, it's fascinating.
I never thought of that. That would be interesting. It's I love this conversation. Languages, like I said, they fascinate me. I love it. When I first was joining the military, there's a language aptitude test that you can take depending on what your job you were interested in was. And so my recruiter had me do that because he knew that I could speak a little bit of Japanese and Spanish at the time. And basically what it does is each section within the test made up a different rule for just a made up language. It was just nonsense, but here were the rules of this language and how it flows. And then in the last part of the test, you do all 5 of those rules together, and like you have to communicate with this language. It was the coolest thing ever. I loved it, and I scored really high on it, but at the time, like, you had to be fluent in a language or something, so I didn't go into like the crypto linguistics that I was wanting to do. I just went into like regular communications, but it was kind of cool that they just make up this language. And I don't know, that
is pretty cool, because I think don't the movies have a specific kind of weird language that they speak that is not really a language, but they make it for the movies? It's really interesting. And I can totally see how that test that you took does go into the variations of maybe tonalities and that would be
the order of a sentence. Like, because like Spanish or even Japanese, like you order your nouns and pronouns and things differently. And
I have the most useless fact about language on earth, and it's terrible.
I can't wait.
If you've ever seen the movie Enemy Mine, Lou Gossett Jr.'s language that the alien speaks in that film was actually developed by him and his little brother when they were kids, so they could talk without their mother know what they were saying. Now, why I know that, I can't tell you. It's just floating around in my head. And I guarantee you, if you check it.
That is funny. Well, it's funny you say that, because my sisters, when we were very young, we were living in Nicaragua, and we always wanted to learn English. And we would speak just gibberish that sounded like English, and we would communicate like we were.
Can you do that right now? English. I want to hear some gibberish that sounds like English.
Huh?
I want to
hear.
Remember
any of it that you?
Oh no, that's gonna be too embarrassing. No.
All right, how about we get you in the studio after in private, maybe get a couple of drinks into you. Invite your sister over. We'll have a conversation. Maybe we get some gibberish.
You just be the fly on the wall.
Because I guarantee you, it's not going to sound anything like I think it would sound, right? I guarantee you.
It'd be like kind of like a bastardized Spanish words that are manipulated to sound like English. I could see that. Like,
watch your tongue. There's a lady present. I know you don't recognize them as a Marine.
I know.
People nowadays.
I should do that. My bad. Even her background is more ladylike than mine.
Isn't it? That's just so. He's back.
Also,
I could just hear him cursing, I'm sure. I can hear you.
Okay. Good. This is a huge pain in the butt. It's not a Samuel stream without technical difficulties, folks.
Yep. Especially for like the 100th episode, it's kind of par for the course.
I had to reboot this thing 3 times.
Hopefully it was just a tiny glitch. You came back after.
Okay, good.
I'm pretty sure you get more views without being here, though.
We had a good conversation about language, though. We held our own.
I do appreciate you holding it up like that, folks. So yeah, I don't know. It's still showing me that it's scurry right here on my little indicator, but hopefully you guys can hear me without too much roboting. I'm getting across.
Good.
Okay. All right. But yeah. The whole language barrier thing. I have listened to a little bit of it while I was busy rebooting this and screaming and
cursing and
restraining myself from punching my tech. No, it is what it is. It's a whole thing. We do have a surprise drop in, and you know, y'all know him, y'all love him. Welcome to the stage. Devil made me do it.
Oh!
No. What's up? No, I can't. I can't be Devil. I'm not coming back till Friday. I'll have to change that. Hold on. That's.
I can show you if you like.
There you go.
Jesus asked me not to.
There you go. Yeah, this is I couldn't miss your 100th episode, dude. So yeah, came back, but I'll be fully back on Friday for Ballbusters. But yeah, just I jump in.
Awesome. Glad to have you, my man. We also Shadow jumped in as well. I thought you hadn't make it today. You had work, didn't you?
Yeah, I do actually have work. You can probably hear some music from that in the background. But like Devil said, it is your 100th episode. I couldn't not stop in and wish you another 100 amazing episodes, man.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I do. Do not get fired on my account.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I don't have. There's no manager in. All like the store managers went home. Like, there's no one gonna bitch about. Like, if anyone's gonna bitch about me stepping out for 2 minutes, then well, frankly, I shouldn't be here to begin with. But yeah.
Oh, fair enough. We appreciate you showing up, saying hello, and saying happy 100th. I do think that this is a bit of a milestone. You know, this is. You know, I started out as somebody who was just complaining about things in the Mirrors chat.
Yeah,
you know,
look how far you
and here we are.
Just popping in. Yeah. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye, Shadow.
All right, Shadow.
Bye, Shadow.
Yeah, his link is in the description below, both here on my YouTube channel and on Rumble. If I don't know if Squatch and Luke copy pasted over the links and stuff from the description. But,
I'm a worm.
Fair enough. Anyway, yeah, his link's in the description below. He was not able to make it today for the full show because, you know, kid's got 3 jobs. So
Builds character.
It does in fact build character. So, but Jesus, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Internet's a little wonky right now, so if I cut out, I could try to put my camera on. I have been changing my setup around so that I could be on camera from now on. Let's give it a try if it cuts out. Hey guys. So
yeah,
Hello.
not so bad.
yeah,
I like the background. Well done.
No, thank you.
Look at that beard. Get cuddly with it.
And Devil's like, "Hi, Lou."
Hello.
Hide it. Don't hide it, bro. That ain't nothing to hide there. You know, be proud about it. Don't.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very proud of it. I just, if anyone who saw me in Vegas, like they fucked it up so bad, they cut it like I had this like, it was shit. So it's finally starting to grow back. So now I'm starting to get it shaped and stuff. So yeah, no, but I figured, and now that I got this stuff up on the wall, changed all my setup around, I figured I'd come on camera when I can.
It's nice. But as always, man, it's good to see you. And in this case, see you.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the Samuel, the Legion talks treatment.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some good old Ryan Levin. Change his specimen and just wash him with glory. Look at him. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you, dude. Calm down. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have
Game
missed
shit
this
from the
Devil,
Unabomber's impressive, I guess.
right. A while back, Squatch decided he had a ginormous, possibly not so straight man crush on Legion Talk, and it got real uncomfortable for everybody except Sasquatch.
Here's the thing: I judge where my man crush lands based on how uncomfortable it makes the room.
No, it was funny the other day. I've been watching you guys. I've been watching the past couple weeks, and it's funny. The other week, I was giving Gal shit in the chat, and Sasquatch thought I chased her off when she dropped. I was all, you don't know Gal.
No, I just like blaming people for stuff, dude. Don't take it.
I haven't been able to get under her skin for nothing.
No.
It's like kind of like my internal test, you know. One day I will get under her skin and she'll be like, fuck you, and go away.
I mean, yeah, not for lack of trying either, you know.
Oh no, I've tried so hard.
Even the yellow brick road comments didn't get me anywhere.
Yeah, no. I've hit on her. I've sent her making out emojis. I've insulted her. Everything.
That was a fun Twitter spot.
She is a Marine. What are you thinking, man? Those aren't even love taps. They don't even register on her conscience, bro. You got to rethink your approach. Think fungus under the skin, right? Really irritating. You should be sending her pictures of like pimple pop videos. No, don't be so small-minded. Videos, blackheads. We're talking threading videos of women having their man brow plucked. She would appreciate those.
And especially when I know what you're trying to do, it doesn't work.
So I have a question. Why would propel you to try to poke the bear? Is it a competition thing? What is it? You want to get to the point where you know that you've poked it? What is it?
I'm clipping that.
I don't know. I don't know. Just to accomplish it, I guess. To know that, because she can get under my skin real easy. I don't know. Maybe just to see I can return the favor.
I think we just made a breakthrough. I think we've made some real progress.
Yeah, thank you. This is like therapy.
It's probably because I talk too much, talk too much shit.
No, she does.
So it becomes like a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this is therapy, next let's talk about my father.
Yeah. It's
to me. My pops is probably watching this show right now.
See,
and
you know what? I have a clear-cut way to get under Devil's skin.
Oh. Yeah.
I've got a button
that too.
It
that was
doesn't
also
work that
somewhat
much anymore.
I've
built up a immunity to that and the cow crap.
You immediately hung your head, Devil.
But not as low.
Hey, Smooth.
What's up, Smooth?
That was great timing. Smooth.
Okay, Smooth. You get the participation trophy of the night. You can lose the trophy if someone else participates better, but so far you're the winner.
It was great. That was Lou timing too. It just wasn't something to make him uncomfortable, but
Right.
I suspect Lou in chat and doesn't respond until something is mentioned about her, then she just pops right up, or something that she thinks would be funny if she showed up at. I think she works everywhere.
She's just lurking until somebody says something awful, and then she's like, "Hi guys! Oh my god!"
That would be amazing.
It's her way of policing the internet.
This
The whole
seems
thing's a big troll.
sufficiently degenerate that I'm going to make them feel bad by saying hi.
I mean, she showed up and Sam already feels bad.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It's
that's
an
nothing against
in
Lou.
general thing.
Love you, Lou.
You don't talk bad in front of ladies. Gal doesn't count because she's a Marine.
Yeah, I've set myself up for that. It's fine.
You
And
did.
I say things worse than y'all anyway. So.
No, she does.
Yeah, she
She's
does.
foul mouthed.
So a couple
Gal,
weeks
have
back-
you always been like that? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Lou.
Have you always been like that ever since you were a little girl, or is it after you became a Marine that some of the things were just, it didn't even bother you? So where was that?
Since I was a little girl, my
Okay.
my family, they're a bunch of trolls, essentially. Like we don't know how to have a serious conversation. And my dad was also a sailor, like not Navy, like he was a deep sea fisherman and just a fisherman in general. So I kind of like, I developed the mouth of a sailor because of my dad. And like with my family dynamic, I was kind of the boy he never had, kind of, just because my brother's in a wheelchair, and then one of my other brothers has a mental disability, and then the other brother just quit. So I was his little tomboy that was in softball, baseball. I like did stuff with my football team, not like I took stats and stuff, but like, yeah. So I just kind of was easily moldable into one of the guys.
I love it. I love it. I used to be a tomboy too.
Yeah.
But somehow, you know, between 16 and 17, it went away. But I just love listening how people just transformed or they became who they are. I just love your stories. Thank you for sharing.
Well, I appreciate that. And like, it's kind of nice to hear someone say that. Like, I don't think much of myself. So I just tell my stories and just hang out with the guys. And so sometimes when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, oh God, I'm just me. But what's funny about that is joining the Marines actually turned me more into a girl. Like, I didn't really develop like appreciating being a female until the Marines, because with the Marines, we pride ourselves on being better than everyone else. It sounds terrible, I know, but I had to learn how to do my hair where there weren't flyaways. Yeah, like, and so 3 months straight of just being a dude, I was like, I need to get my hair done. I need to get my nails done. I need to wear a dress or a skirt. Like I have to stop being a guy, because the last 3 months I was forced to be so. And like, there were some things I did before the Marines. Like I would get my nails done for special occasions and stuff. And that was just because a friend liked to do that. So I went with her. So it was kind of there in my like later teen years. But once I had to be a dude for a very long time, I was just instantly like, I need to figure out outfits, how to dress. So a couple of my female Marine friends showed me how to coordinate outfits and everything. Like it was just a crazy story to me, because I've always been a tomboy, and then I joined the friggin' Marines and I learned how to be a girl. It was very interesting, and you also have like certain civilian attire that you have to wear a belt if your pants have belt loops, because it's part of your actual uniform. So you're representing the Marines even when you're off base and you're in your civilian attire, so you have to look upkept. So we would always get pants that didn't have belt loops, so we didn't have to wear a belt. But it was just things like that I just hilariously became more appreciative of being a woman, and like, I don't want to say flaunting, but like showing it off more. I know.
I love it. It taught you how to more embrace your femininity, because it's in you. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. Figured you'd like that.
To be fair, it is pretty easy to mistake Gal for a boy. She is only about 4 feet tall, so.
Shut up. It's rude.
I was just on a panel the other night where people were talking about the concept of sexual marketplace value as if it was a quantifiable thing, as if you could just do the math on someone and know their sexual marketplace value. But I would say a female Marine on a Marine base, that's probably the highest tier of marketplace value on planet Earth.
How do you mean?
Well, consider this.
Your
Out
beauty's
of
worth
What was that, Devil?
nothing.
Well, I didn't hear you. Now I want to laugh.
He's like, nothing. I said your hair looks nice. Moving on.
Yeah.
all right. So, how many Marines are on Paris Island?
I don't know. I can't. Well, so it's a 20-to-1 ratio. Male
Right.
to
That's exactly where I was headed towards.
Yeah.
Right. So, ipso facto, like, I don't know that you were doing much to hide your femininity, no matter how hard you tried. I don't see it. But you're not a woman anyway. You're a Marine, and that transcends the male-female thing.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to that.
There's definitely, I'm going to be a little crass here, but like a Marine 10 is kind of like a civilian 6. If you're talking about,
I don't know, if you're into the Tommy Mommy thing, that might not be that might not check out. Just saying. The worst accident I ever took home happened from a Marine who was about 5'4", and she beat me down over and over and over and over again
with lubrication.
Like all afternoon, I was drinking shots, and I figured, dude, I was.
You were feeling shots.
I was also feeling them. What's up, Tony's Coffee House? Good to see you, bud.
now you chase Lou away with this conversation.
Yeah, my job was done.
I just didn't know it was Lawrence. He's the one who did it. It wasn't my fault. Not this time.
Welcome, Larry. It is worth noting, Larry started this with me. He's one of the handful of people who was in the very first episode. You know, so yeah, congrats to you too, dude. 100 episodes, man.
Thank you. How could I not make an appearance? Is that Dev ill?
No, that's Jesus. Asked me
Jesus.
Us.
Yeah, that's Devil. Devil may cry.
Pretty sure if Jesus was allowed today, he'd work at a Taco Bell.
I don't even want to touch that. Back to what you were saying, Sasquatch. I feel like any area of life, y'all have heard me say this before, like you drop one female into a group of 20 guys, the entire dynamic is going to change because there's going to be the guy that hates her for just ruining the dynamic in general. There's going to be the one that doesn't like women. There's going to be the majority of the rest of them that just kind of want to fuck her. And I mean, there's ones that want to protect her, like a brother sibling type relationship. And I saw it firsthand multiple times, like just me, myself being dropped into the group or from outside looking in. And it's always why I feel that women should never be in combat. It's fine being in the military in general. For women, there are jobs that are like administrative, or like I was in communications. Had I been deployed, I would have been assigned to like a 4-man team for scouting purposes, things like that. So I would actually be going out there. And that's not necessarily something that I felt was okay because our standards are lowered. Now they've changed things, but you're still not seeing a lot of women being able to hang with the guys when it comes to physical fitness tests because we're just built differently. Built for tough. Like it's, as I said that, it was just came to mind, but
cringe. Yeah.
Shut up, you. It's just, I feel like we're not wanting to talk about it because it's the elephant in the room, because you can't tell a woman that she can't do anything. You can tell a man that left, right, center.
Well, I'll tell you what, put them out on the battlefield. They'll see firsthand that they can't do everything. Well, that's the thing. And I'm not saying that women can't be on the battlefield. Like if you're pressed, like if you have to, because all the men just like died. The Marines have exactly like NCOs and the Marines had to step it up.
Historical circumstance.
What's
Whenever locations are overrun, the usual non-combatants that are sitting around aren't usually trained Marines. You get what I'm saying? Like the fact that you have a secondary fully equipped and capable fighting force that are currently doing administrative duties a little bit closer to headquarters. As something gets overrun over here, it doesn't tend to metastasize down the line like it does with dealing with others. You know, it tends to stop over here somewhere where a bunch of Marines, before their communications, before they're male, before they're female, they're Marines. And when the bullets start flying, nobody really cares until the time comes to try to save someone. You know, that's when it becomes a bit sketchy.
It does, but even at the same time, I could fireman carry a man that was 205 pounds. I weighed 117 pounds. It was for 5 steps. Now, add a pack into that situation because we were just in our utilities. It was to see, because I sometimes, if you tell me I can't, I will. So that was kind of the scenario of just like, oh yeah, you can't pick me up. And I was like, bet. And so I did. But it was for 5 steps because I am 5'1", 120 pounds soaking wet type of situation. So in the battlefield, adrenaline is pumping and I would never leave a Marine behind, but it would be significantly difficult and it might just cause things to be worse, essentially. And it's the reality of life. And we don't want to have that discussion because feminism has ruined a lot of things. The conversation just in general, because you cannot tell a woman that she can't do anything. Even I'm being slightly hypocritical with that. Tell me I can't do something and then I'll prove you wrong. It's a little different because I am aware of.
You can't flash me.
Shut up, devil.
Let me.
Took your challenge seriously.
I mean, chime in for a quick second. You know, the Army, of course, is a much larger force than the Marines, and so our mission, of course, is different. Not everybody has to have all of the same training because there's so many of us. But I will say this: there are hundreds of positions where women are told that the public is told they're non-combat, and women can go in this position they're not combat. But when a war breaks out and they get deployed, depending on what their occupation is, they can very well find themselves standing right next to infantry, you know, special forces. Their official job title might be different, but let that female be a Black Ops helicopter pilot, and her job is to transport some Rangers somewhere, and she starts taking on fire. She's there. Yeah, she's not a Ranger. She's there getting shot at just the same. It's the same thing with MPs. I knew a lot of female MPs that that when the Iraq War went on, especially the second one, they were out there. They were out there right next to the infantry. The difference is when the battle is over, the MPs stayed back to make sure that the people they captured stayed jailed. But those women were getting fired at just the same. Yep. So it's all in the name, but in reality, choose wisely, young lady. If you are a woman who's looking to go into the armed forces, especially the Army, look at that job description, because some of them can tag you to an infantry unit, and you will find yourself in a situation that you didn't expect. And they'll make sure you'll know when that deployment comes down and you start getting combat training that you didn't get when you were in basic. Yeah.
They don't do combat training in basic.
They do, but there's additional training because they'll train them for the specific area. So, for example, if they're in Iraq, they might do urban warfare training, stuff like that. Things that are specific to the region that they're in. You see that coming, Because
Marines, we had Marine combat training after boot, but it was just like an extension of it. So
right. This is, I guess, my contention with women in the military is like I kind of agree with Gal that there are roles that women can absolutely fulfill that don't put them in a situation where they're in immediate danger. Like communications, for example, or motor pool or something like that. And I understand that there's always a possibility that something could happen, but it's much less likely. My, I guess, problem is that no sane civilization in history has ever put their women on the front line. Yeah. The women are to be protected because they are the bearers of the future. Men are
Yeah, they have more value. In society,
Yeah.
women have more value. They can produce children. We can't. You can have one man and 30 women and rebuild society, type thing. Not so
The
much.
thing with the kind of counter to what Larry was saying is, so combat roles, I wasn't in it, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like you're continuously training up for that because it's your specific role in the military. You want to keep that fresh as possible and not just do annual training. So with my specific job, it was communications. We were meant to keep our gear up throughout the year, but we would do our physical fitness tests once a year because you have to maintain it at least yearly. So how I see it is, like, if you're a specific combat role, you're maintaining your gear as in yourself and the gear that you're carrying with you. That's kind of how it should be, because if you're going to be the front lines, you need to be that. While we do our annual training, it's not specifically geared towards combat. And my communications, like when I was in Japan, it was satellite communications, where we would be at the tents making sure that we communicate with the satellite so you can have your phones between bases and the internet is up so you can do like video calling and things like that. And we needed to be specifically that we constantly needed to be training up and building up. Whereas,
so you're the person I need to talk to if I want to hold a Call of Duty in a foxhole, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
But that's more how I see it, is where you have your specialized training and you have to maintain that throughout the year. And then with the Marines, like, you at minimum have to maintain your physical standards. We would obviously do our PT every morning and maintain our physical standards throughout the year as well. But it's just, I would assume, not as grueling and specific as a actual combat grunt role. And that's where I feel women should really not be in those roles, because they're built differently. And there are some, I'm speaking in generalities, because I'm always speaking in those generalities. I don't hate all women. Like, I just get along with a certain type of woman.
Says it frequently.
Yeah, because hyperbole has its place, okay? But like, speaking in general terms, like I grew up with a girl that she just had the build of a linebacker, and throughout high school, like, she was in track and field, she threw shot put, she was just that type of build. I could see her being way more successful in the military than I was, because I'm 5'0". She was almost 6 foot and she was just stocky. Some women are built differently, more toward like dudes, and could build themselves up and maintain that like dudes, but they're still, yeah, I'm rambling on. I'm sorry. There's just so much.
Hey, yeah, just slightly off topic. We got Wesley Curry II here in chat. I know Jesus appeared to me. His emissary is right up here on the panel, right next to me in the moment. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
So, but thank you for being here.
Yeah, that's going to continue.
I'm going to try not to be. Yeah, my instinct when I see stuff like that is to be a dick, but I'm not. I don't want to do that. I don't.
I know, man. I have the same problems. Like, I'm Bible Belt over here, and we can like totally chew that down if you want to. I've been forced into every form of freaking indoctrination into the church you can imagine, bro. It's just short of having snakes.
Well, that's the thing, is like I have friends who are Christians, lots of them, so I try not to be as big a dick about it as I was when I was young.
Yeah.
So so just, Wesley, if you go back like 5 seconds, just ignore everything I said before that. It's fine. All that, but yeah. Wait. Are you selling?
Yeah, no, dude. I'm telling no. No. See, I'm telling you, dude. Like, it seems random, but there is a thread of moderate sanity in that, and all of this. The numbers, the phrases, the quotes, the passages he specifically quotes all point to an end times. And he's got like, have you ever met him on a panel?
I haven't, no.
Wow.
I think the only time I ever saw him was when I did that Sasquatch Shills, I think he showed up in the chat then.
Yeah.
That's the only time though. I haven't seen him since.
Okay. No, you got a real one there, bud.
Yeah, I will say this. As far as like getting a copy of Chinese for Dummies, because we're going to need it. I actually have a dummy who speaks a little Chinese. His name is Shadow of Hawk. I will be keeping him close at hand. Not to worry.
It's always funny when Shadow and I go back and forth because I have like a Japanese keyboard on my phone. So I'll like just put random sentences that I know in a tweet to reply to his Mandarin that he puts in his tweet.
Yeah, he got into a habit of doing stuff like that because so Anna's Gameland speaks and reads and writes Russian, and I understand a very, very limited amount of that, but enough to carry like basic, how are you conversations on kind of thing, at least in the written form and all that. So I would be, answering something, that she had said, but I'd be using the Cyrillic and the Russian written language for that. And he'd see that because I think he's got notifications for every damn thing I post on Twitter. And because he responds to almost everything that I put out, which is like, sometimes it's like, kid, take a break. But he'll jump in and he'll be like, he'll type something out in Chinese and I'll respond in English with, I don't speak Kami, dude.
Yeah, I heard last week, or I think it might have been the week before, he's going into the Marines.
That's his plan.
Yeah.
They're issuing him his crayons today. Like,
I think he's attempting to cut weight for that. Yeah.
I'm sure the Taliban or the Al Qaeda, wherever the fuck we're fighting over there now, is going to be really impressed when he starts trying to throw dice around and roll 13 for tapping.
I think that man might impress you given half a chance. I think he'd be a terrifying force to reckon with after proper training and a good hardening around the edges.
Because not only will he go in and kick their asses, but then he'll give them a 5,000 year long history lesson as to why they lost.
With that baby face, I don't know, man. He might look attracted to him. They might try to date him.
I'm trying to get him to reproduce right now. That's like the quintessential specimen of the American condition right there. I mean, you've seen that kid?
He's got to grow some man veg on his face, man.
Well,
he'll get there. That'll be experience.
You said man veg, right?
Yep.
Not bad.
Vegetation. Not man veg. Yeah, he can grow that too. It'll help him out over there.
It took me a half second. He said veg.
Yes. Vegetation. Vegetation, guys.
No, he's got he like many young men his age, though, he really does need to find some kind of constructive outlet for all that male energy that he's got, because the way it sits right now in our current culture, with no way to deal with that except for the military, the only other option is prison. And he's way too pretty for prison.
Boy, you got a pretty mouth, boy. I'm gonna make you squeal like a pig.
So, and if you're out there listening, Shadow, we're just giving you shit. I told you we were going to mock you mercilessly for missing this. So
here it is.
Hour after he gets there, he's going to be holding somebody's pocket,
We're terrible people. I don't know why Lou hangs out with us.
I was just going to say, besides Lou, don't lump her in with us.
Hi, Lou's chat.
I love you bunch. That's why I'm here. It's good entertainment, believe it or not. When I'm watching TV, my husband's sitting next to me, I have my laptop, and I'm just listening to all the topics that you share, even though half of those topics I have no idea what they're about. It's just good entertainment.
Well, and it's fun because we're just hanging out, talking about random things like people used to do back in the day.
It is the joy of the internet. It is. It's actually. I'm gonna go further because the internet, I think, has dulled this to a significant degree in human society. But this is the joy of human connection. When people can just sit around and just talk.
Shoot the shit.
Right? And that's essentially what we do here. Hi, Nomi.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm so sorry I forgot to tag you.
And don't let it
he's
happen again.
Oh, I
Right.
won't. I won't let it happen again. That was my bad. I catch it though.
No.
Nobody
Yeah.
told me.
Go ahead.
You
I'll
tell
let
him. Get the
finish.
belt, Nomi. Get the belt.
I'll let you finish before I like destroy you verbally.
Are you gonna drop a
I'm
hard R?
waiting.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's not sorry. Get the belt.
So sorry. Make you holler.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like you're in a
Jay
car.
says, "Get the belt."
I am in my car because it's hot as hell, and I am currently at a baby shower, and I am just in my car trying to stay cool, and I'm already down on my 4th bottle of water, just walking to my car. Yeah, no, I'm good. But yeah, wanted to swing by because yes, it's 100 episodes. What else? Yes, Samuel forgot about me. It's okay. I'm usually a forgotten person.
For a minute. But yes,
Sorry, he forgot about Dre too.
Wow.
Don't forget about Dre.
Wow.
I don't know what that means.
That
You
was
never
a
heard the
really
rap song with Eminem and Dr. Dre?
dude, that was bad.
I don't listen to hip hop. I don't know how many times I got to go over this. I don't listen to that music. I don't know these people.
Sometimes
That's
I forget
why
you're so white.
I listen to European symphonic metal, folks.
So, like I said,
Halem.
I'm very, very white that way.
Bag of powdered
and a little,
sugar. Shit.
a little bit of Japanese prog metal, but but yeah, I so when you say Dre, like I know people who go by Dre in real life. So when you say that, it's like, wait,
Yeah,
did I forget somebody that I actually know? And then you're talking about Dr. Dre, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't know why I would have thought of that ever.
Dr. Dre, is that one of those rap fellows?
I guess.
I believe so. He's one of those rap producers, man. I believe.
No. I thought he was the guy who invented peanut butter.
Is he really a doctor?
maybe in prison.
Doctor of Thugonomics. Well, that's John Cena.
That's pretty bad, dude. You're not great at this ethnic humor thing. Did you grow up around a bunch of white people?
Yes.
No, I didn't actually.
I did too.
I grew up. I grew up around a multitude of people.
What was that, Nomi?
She said she did not. I don't know if she said anything after that. Grow up around white people.
Yeah.
You're channeling your inner Sam. Nomi?
Yes. Yeah,
we're not catching any of
I'm
that.
only attracted to white guys, so
We heard that.
We got that part.
I already knew that about her. I learned that in Vegas.
How do you feel about Viking cryptids?
Are they hot?
He's talking about himself.
Oh, no, that no hablo en inglés. Sorry.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Lo siento, señor Fitles. No escucho nada.
I only caught about a third of that, but yeah. And it wasn't because she was robotic. She wasn't. I just don't understand Spanish that well. Oh man, it's good.
Sorry, I guess I'm gonna. Sorry, guys, but continue. I'll be listening in.
Okay. It was good to chat with you for a sec.
See you.
Yeah.
Bye, Nomi.
No. I'm gonna be here.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, okay.
Wow, you guys want me out? Okay, fine. I see. I read the
You
room.
were robot.
get out
I
of
thought
here. What
you were leaving.
Hold on, I'm
He
gonna
was
kick her ass
freaked out.
out.
I didn't know what you were saying.
Get out of here. Just play it.
Oh
She's
my
gonna get
gosh. See? Okay, so here's the thing. I came here because I'm like, wow, I actually miss my friends. Oh, it's Samuel's 100th episode. I'll come and hang out. And this is the treatment I get. I get forgotten. I don't get tagged in. Oh.
Yeah, now we can hear you perfectly clear that you're yelling at us. But before, like, we could.
We got ready to throw some chunk
trying to figure out what you were saying, and we thought you said you were leaving. So now that we know you're not, great.
I was just trying to save the show, but you were mean to me.
I know, she's downright rude.
Sorry, I have a fiery personality. It's because I'm Mexican.
Speaking of racial stereotypes.
Yeah,
no, I grew up around a lot of white people, but that's because my dad was a biker. You know, and it's not that there aren't bikers of other ethnicities. It's just that they tend to be kind of ethnocentric. Those clubs. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he's pretty white. My stepdad, rather. My father is a whole lot less white, but he wasn't around that much. It's fine, you know. And now he's dead. That is what
I was going to say. I mean, he's more decomposed than white now. So
yeah, it's probably more of a like
damn,
a creamy color. Yeah, dude's been in the ground for almost 20 years, so yeah, there's probably not a lot left at this point.
Hey, it's screaming into the void. I'm allowed to be dark.
Yeah, that's all right. I've said a lot worse about that man than she just.
How much you reckon we could get for a femur?
I don't know. Probably not that much. She was pretty damaged.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did he take care of himself? Because
no, they were gonna take his legs because he had done so much like vascular and osteo damage to himself with all the drugs over the years.
We got most of
and
that.
Then instead of taking his legs, he died.
Oh.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. His bones aren't worth anything.
In summary.
Yeah. Suppose I could take like a finger bone and like market it as some kind of saint or some shit on the black web. Or on the dark web. I could probably, make some money that way, but it would be a lie because he was not a saint. He was only nominally Catholic. So
at least you're looking for financial opportunities with your father's corpse, You're trying to think outside the box,
Yeah. I hadn't considered that before. He's only buried about a quarter of a mile from where I am right now.
Hey, man. People need ashtrays.
That's opportunity. All we need is a motive, and that's money. So looks like you got a crowd.
Right. Yeah.
Aren't they now making diamonds out of ashes? I hear that now they're getting people's ashes, and then they make like little diamonds for people to carry them around. So you could probably try something like that, Sam.
I could, but I would be immediately disposed to sell it to somebody who thought it was like a regular diamond, because I'm like that, and then not telling them that they just bought the remains of my dead father.
My neighbor
would give me a chuckle.
My neighbor did that with her husband. Oh Lord, I think it was 14, I think. So 20 years ago, she actually did that. It was a tragic accident, but she put his ashes into like a diamond that she put in her tooth or something. So it wasn't common back then.
So that's bonus thug points right there. I got to tell you, man, that just put up on my gangster register a lot higher.
Out in Podunk, Montana, pretty gangster.
Hey, no, it's a lifestyle. It's a mentality. It's a mindset. It's not a location, bro. That's gangster.
That's true. Valid.
Those rural places, they're a lot more gangster than a lot of people in the cities think. Probably due to the lack of news coverage.
Yeah.
The red man who keeps a pig farm.
Right? No joke. So about 5 years ago, there was a pig farm in northern South Dakota, right on the western side, that has since been shut down entirely because they found out that somebody had been paying the guy who keeps the pigs to dispose of corpses. Like they only found this out because, as it turns out, there are small parts of bone matter and tooth matter that pigs actually can't digest, but it's only small bits. It's like fibers and shit.
Cut the body into 4 equal pieces and separate them amongst 16 pigs. 16 pigs should be able to put down about 225-pound man in one sitting. Go through bone like butter. But you have to shave your victim and pull their teeth due to the tummies of the poor little piggies. You wouldn't want to upset their digestion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: is they solved like 14 unrelated murders by taking this one farm town.
So crazy.
Because it was multiple people paying this guy.
Well, chat, now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
Have you heard anything about the Austin serial killer that they're refusing to acknowledge, apparently?
Yes,
Is this a current thing?
It's a gay guy killing all the gay guys.
There's 2 at least.
I know. I'm like, there's no way the amount of gay guys that are being killed in Austin is done by one man. It's a 2-man job.
Where is Shadow located again?
I guarantee the big problem Shadow would have with that crack devil is the fact that you're inferring that he's gay.
Yeah.
Look, I haven't been able to tease him. I haven't been able to tease that kid for a month.
Does it register?
I've been going through withdrawals of not being able to tease him. Like there was a particularly gay bird I saw the other day. I started throwing rocks and cussing at it just because I was going through the withdrawal. So.
Little Pidgey.
Saw a gay bird.
Yep.
His name was
gay bird.
Oh, I get it. Never mind. I get it.
Took a while.
But yeah,
He's adorable. I love that kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Mini Mindu.
I feel like without meaning to, you just insinuated that Lou is a dude by saying
No.
that was your instant
fine.
reaction.
Mindu too. I'm sorry. I'm not. No, in no way.
Wait, Lou's a dude?
You're just wanting to conversation.
Oh, that almost killed me.
Take it as a double shot. You get extra points.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not trying to be mean to Lou.
For the record, for people who are on in other chats than mine, who don't already know this about us, Shadow's one of ours. We do care about him a great deal. That's why we give him so much shit. We do push him to excel, and we make ridiculous fun of him, because if he does end up in the core, it's going to be much worse. We're trying to toughen his ass up.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's all about trying to toughen him up.
His ass specifically.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to toughen his ass. No.
Juicy booty.
If he gets in, man, the second he gets out of basic training and goes over there to wherever sand pit they send him, I'm gonna draw a freaking Muhammad in a bikini on the back of his uniform.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'll sign it. It'll be like the devil, winky face.
Camp, not basic training.
Sorry, whatever.
Feel cute, but feel like getting you shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to toughen him up.
So, but here's the deal,
makes you stronger.
Yeah, is for Lou's chat and Sasquatch's chat, we don't actually hate the kid. We just make fun of him disproportionately to the things that we say about each other, which is kind of messed up, I will grant you. But the things we say about each other are also super fucked up. So,
but isn't that how men actually bond? That back and forth. Yeah. So I totally understand that.
Yeah,
I get it.
But do you understand that the reason I clown on Shadow so hard is because I have respect for him, for the decisions he's made and how far he's made it and all that stuff. I wouldn't rag on somebody I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You rag on me a lot.
We only roast the ones we love.
Exactly.
I'm already roasted, devil. You've seen what I look like.
Yep. Like a burnt marshmallow.
He's a burnt to a crisp.
Stay black marshmallow man.
Do you gotta wear gloves to eat chocolate?
I'm covered in it, dude. It's not gonna matter.
Are you dark like under the bed?
No, I'm not that dark. I'm more of a milk chocolate type of guy.
He's not Wesley Snipes.
He doesn't turn
Oh,
into a
no.
flashlight when he smiles at night.
Well, actually, I do, but
Yeah,
it's Wesley Snipes.
It's
trying to
really
make
funny.
sure
Like Larry used to have this headset that, or used to use this headset rather that had lights, like different colored lights on the sides of it that would kind of light up his face and stuff. And so he'd keep all the lights off when he was on screen. He'd have all the lights behind him in the house off, so all you saw was his face, but it was lit up pretty good by the lights on his headset. And then he stopped using that, but he didn't start turning the light on. And yeah, sometimes it's kind of hard to see him.
just a set of teeth over there, like Tim Curry at the beginning of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but dark.
Or
Like
his
the
eyes
colors
or
of
his
my
glasses catch some light. Yeah. I, on the other hand, can sit in the dark, and the light coming off the computer screen will reflect me perfectly well because I'm very pale.
Yeah,
Actually,
I glow in the
your
light.
beard, dude.
So.
For me, it's your beard. Your light reflects off your beard and be hitting me in the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
y'all, I'm gonna get going. I need to start prepping dinner, and my husband is asking me for some help over there. So anyway,
Right.
thank you so much for having me over.
What
I
you cooking,
enjoyed
Lou?
the 100th episode, and many, many more to come.
Lou, what you
This was
cooking?
awesome.
Oh, I think I'm gonna make a pizza tonight. Pizza
Can
with
you-
some chicken.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, did she
Did she
freeze?
freeze?
Oh no, I thought you were
Oh.
going to say something, Larry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, no, I cut you off. Let me zip my mouth shut because you weren't done talking.
No, just pizza with some chicken and some other stuff sprinkled on it, and that's that for dinner. And salad.
Nice.
Anyway,
Can you email
See
me
you
a
all later.
plate?
okay,
No.
will do.
Yeah.
Good night, all.
This is fun.
Have a great night. Hey, Lou, before you go real quick, do you want me to continue to stream to your channel, or do you want me to shut that down?
Whatever. What do you? I mean,
Shut it
doesn't
down.
matter.
Lou needs her.
All right.
Shut it down.
Okay.
Yes. No, I'm
Okay.
just-
All
Now
right.
you guys can get really colorful now.
We don't want to destroy the channel.
Bye.
It's always great to see you.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
No.
Now I should do that. Okay. If you're watching over on Lou Cassidy's channel, and you want to continue to watch the show, either go to Samuel the Infamous or Caucasian Sasquatch to continue, because I am going to shut this down so that we don't get her channel shut down while she's not present, just in case.
Don't.
So,
This man is
While mother's
crazy.
away.
yeah,
He'll do it.
just in case. But we do appreciate all of you guys coming and watching and hanging out with us and all of that. So, but yeah, here we go. Thanks for coming, and we will hopefully see you in the other chat. Bye.
Yeet.
I didn't feel right just like taking it off.
Right, without.
That's how strippers feel before you give them the $1.
Yeah. So, I wanted to let them know what was happening and all that stuff, just because it's, I've been on shows before where that's kind of happened, where, somebody was on and they were simulcasting, and then, one person had to go. So we had to take that down. And if you don't make that kind of announcement, people on the other end are like, what the fuck just happened? Where'd the rest of the show go?
Right. But before you segue, there's a question. I haven't been on a panel with Gal in a while, and Gal, I've been meaning to call you a lot, and I keep forgetting, and I am sorry, that is my fault. But there's a question I've always wanted to ask you. In basic training with us, one of the most stressful times was live fire exercise, because a lot of people were failing. They weren't passing the first time through when they were shooting, and it was the one time that our drill sergeants, for some strange reason, were really nice to us. What happens on the Marine side if somebody has problems hitting the target?
I mean, they don't get nicer. That was a long time ago, Larry. Like you're specifically talking boot camp basic, right?
Correct.
Not winning the fleet. Do y'all even call it the fleet? I think that's just because Department of Navy. Whatever.
Real quick. Nomi has to bounce as well. So do you want to plug anything before you go?
Monday, on Moon School, I am playing Call of Cthulhu with Arudai and Sevi. Wednesdays now, I will be doing a live stream on the Midnight's Edge Espanol channel. Thursday, Dames and Dorks. This Thursday is a pretty cool special guest. Come through on that one. Samuel forgot about my friendship with him, and I'm still hurt by it, but it's okay. It's okay.
Gaming channel.
I thank you for the reminder. Yes, I am also on Kick. I also simulcast on Twitter when I stream on Kick. So I actually might be going live later on today. I got a couple of more birthday parties, baby showers I need to knock out before I go back and play some Fortnite.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes.
And as I said before, I did not mean to forget to tag you. This is almost as bad as that time I forgot to tag Gal. It wasn't intentional.
No, it wasn't that. It's not that bad. That was. We were feigning you for a casket after that.
You said the quiet part out loud, Samuel, and it's all right. I've always known. No,
the quiet part meaning I'm sorry.
The quiet part meaning that you forgot about me. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just dying. I just got stab through my heart with it. It's okay, but it's all right, guys. No, but that's the reason why I came. Congratulations on 100 episodes. Hopefully, I'll be more around often. I just work at a bar, and the reason why I'm not working at the bar today is because it's the manager's baby shower. Okay, bye, guys. See you later.
Bye, Nomi. Thanks for coming, Nomi.
Yeah, we'll sort of chat with you.
Yeah. It's funny she mentions baby showers. There's a baby shower going on where I work right now, too, which is hilarious because we're not usually open on Saturdays. But, yeah. I'm a little sad, though, because the woman who the baby shower is for is a chick that I got her phone number a couple years ago, and I'd asked out, and things looked pretty promising, and then she disappeared for 3 weeks and came back married.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. All right.
She's hot, though.
Could have been Sam's baby.
Yeah. Maybe.
Larry, to answer your question and get the fire off of Sam with that,
Thank you.
I don't know if I even noticed a difference. Like, I wasn't one that needed remedial training. I don't even, God, like, I'm answering this terribly, and I apologize. Hey, Legatus. Yeah, so I didn't notice them like changing their attitude or anything. It was more just stop fucking up, figure it out.
Mm.
I mean, we did do a lot of so like you do grass week is what we called it, of just the actual training with your weapon. Without it, you didn't even do dry fire or anything. And then the second week, and this was always our annual training as well, was grass week and then live fire the second week, where basically you're learning your weapon, you're getting used to your weapon, and just learning the basics, the breathing techniques, everything, the trigger discipline, trigger pull. And then the next week would be you start with dry fire and then live fire. After that, I'm not really answering this very well, and I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
You're doing a horrible job.
Shut the fuck up, you.
Sorry.
Hey, you're making progress, bro. You're doing well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really notice it. Honestly, it was swim week that was more noticeable, where if you had to be in remedial training, they called it the Black Panther Party. And
oh, that is so fucked up.
Really?
Yeah,
really.
But you'd understand
What
why.
kind of forever, baby?
because the
there's a certain
black
demographic
people can't swim.
that don't. It's not that they can't throw them in. They can. They just don't.
So certain types of Marines, of course, they couldn't swim, and so they were taught like how I was, picked up, thrown in the deep end, and told to figure it out.
Yeah,
and I did.
Yeah,
that was one thing about my pops. I always knew I had a hard lesson coming anytime he broke out the cigar. Like this was going to be bad because he didn't smoke cigars. He didn't smoke. And so when the cigar come out, he had already thought some shit over it, had made a decision, and I was going to regret it.
Yeah, that's what happened when I was thrown in. I was like, well, wait a minute. What about my fins and my snorkeling equipment? And before I could even finish, what was said to me was, oh, you don't need them. Off you go. Splash.
Yeah.
See,
With
swim,
sorry. Did you guys see South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut? Because this reminds me of Operation Human Shield.
It was a long time
right?
ago.
And then the other operation, Get Behind the Darkies.
Yeah. I did so many stupid edits with that episode.
That's why I turned Luke Cassidy's feet off.
Yeah.
And Cartman had his way. The freaking gingers were right next to us.
Yeah.
At least the darkies have souls. Dark souls, but souls.
Dun dun dun.
To be fair with swim qual, it wasn't just, oh, can you swim? It was, can you turn your gear into like an inflation device?
Yep.
Or flotation device is what I meant by inflation. So like you would have to use your blouse, blow air into it, so you're saving energy, because if like you get stranded in the water, you need to save your energy. So the best way to do that is to turn like your trousers, like tie them in a knot and then blow air into them and use them as flotation. And you can do so with your blouse as well.
Yep.
So do all Marines wear blouses?
No, that's just what they call them.
Yeah, it's just like
that's what they called ours too.
Yeah.
I learned that. I had that training.
Yeah. And so like that technically is harder than just swimming or floating. So
the Renaissance nerd.
Hey, Adam.
Hi.
Hello.
Happy 100th episode.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being here.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. How you doing? We're just talking about blouses on Marines and Operation Human Shield.
I just finished talking about gay black man for an hour. So
same thing. Same thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Dermy.
Dermy was there. I mean,
was he wearing blackface again?
No, he was just a regular.
He was a different black guy.
Regular old Dermy face with stains we don't want to know about. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's
okay.
everybody?
Back to Gal blowing her pants up.
What's funny is like technically it's called blousing your trousers when you use boot blouses. Like you basically roll up your trousers at the bottom. So yeah, there's a lot of blousing going on in blouses in the military.
Right.
Okay. Listen, I've had a rough afternoon. Okay, I talked about I spent 50 minutes with Jed talking about a movie where literally a guy is his own gene pool. He's literally the father and the mother and the baby. Predestination is a fucked up movie. Okay,
sounds like it.
Yeah, he fucks himself to make himself.
Ew.
What?
Yes.
Yes. Honestly, that kind of sounds like the Catholic interpretation of Immaculate Conception to me. But yeah,
I think that's what predestination was actually kind of nodding towards, was a miraculous conception concept.
Well, they didn't do a good job.
Dermy would try.
We did make Dermy cry. We tried to explain it to him, and he said the hamsters. I said the hamster off the wheel. No, he said the hamster's in the closet and it's eyeing the rope.
No, I didn't say cry. I said sounds like something Dermy would try.
Oh, well,
wait. So answer me this: is it the black man who fucks himself to make himself?
No, it was Ethan Hawke.
Oh, is Ethan Hawke who does that?
Ethan
okay.
Hawke?
You said gay. The reason I ask is because you said gay black man. I was like, is it
that's
really
gay?
That's a different problem.
That's a different problem.
Oh, okay.
Altogether. It's been a rough afternoon. Okay.
He does the Doctor Who chairs reviews, like in his background currently.
Yeah. So
well,
that's
free to
my
let
afternoon.
your hair down here. We don't we don't
I'll
stay
hang
on
out for a little
ceremony
bit.
or Doctor Who here. So
well, it's all right. It's all right. I'll hang out for a little bit and eat some dinner, and then I got to play video games. So recover. So I'm happy to be here. Yeah. Hey, Prof. How you doing? Well, Ethan Hawke is in the movie. It's
isn't it spelled with an E at the end?
Yes,
it is.
Yes.
Asterisk.
All right, I'll let you continue with blousing and blowing out blouses. I mean, I would consider blowing out a blouse like ripping it off and getting to them titties, but I mean,
no, it's using it as a flotation device. But I can see your point.
I prefer to use titties as a flotation device.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Mine didn't work so well for that.
So
you just weren't trying hard enough, Gail.
Some women use them as boxing gloves. I've seen a few knockouts.
I've nearly been knocked out with them. Yeah.
Dangerous weapons, you know.
Y'all gotta shut up. I miss my wife.
Listen, good titties can bring a man to his knees. Okay.
What about water balloon titties?
That's a lie. We covered that last night. Okay. We do not.
But until you know that it's a lie,
but
be brought to your knees.
It's a lie. It's false advertising.
Right.
I've told you all my theory about titties, right?
No.
Share.
I thought I had. So
I immediately need to.
This may sound familiar. So, and this all got brought about when I found out that Gary Buechler over at Nerdrotics doesn't like Bon Jovi, or at least he says he doesn't, because according to my theory, he's full of shit, and this is why. Because Bon Jovi is like titties. Anybody who says they don't love him is lying.
I could say I like
everybody loves titties.
I like at least
everybody loves Drake too, Sam, but you don't know who he is.
Right?
Straight women love titties.
Straight women love Drake too, but you don't seem to care about it.
Right?
That's definitely going to be a short later. Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can't fight with his logic.
Yeah, right?
I got nothing.
I mean, like, yeah, there's at least a couple Bon Jovi songs I like. I mean, but
it's my life.
That's one I used to use one of those to represent a character in a story.
How could you talk about Bon Jovi and you go to "That's My Life"? Really, dude? One of their worst songs.
That's not one of the worst songs.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of middling, but yeah.
I remember the first time I saw it, it was an anime music video and using Dragon Ball Z, and like Vegeta and Trunks were proficient in the video. That was like the first
AMVs were great.
That's how I used to collect music for a while. I would just get anime music videos because I felt that was the way around get people getting angry for pirating music. I'm like, oh, it's in a music video. I didn't actually, somebody else made it. I didn't get the song and somebody else did it. So.
Did you ever listen to Nostromo?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a bunch of links. If you like AMVs, Nostromo is where it's at.
Back in the day, I mean, I was big to the anime movies just back in the day. I mean, this is
he said, please don't flood him with Anime League. He doesn't want them.
You know, the best anime music video I ever saw was actually a whole episode of a show called Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yes,
I like how you prefaced it with a show called Cowboy Bebop.
look,
yeah,
there's
like,
some people out there
that?
who may not have known this. So somebody took the entire the episode and they clipped it up. And in this particular episode, they're transporting some cargo, and in that cargo happens to be this refrigerated box. Well, it gets open and develops fungus. The fungus gains sentience, and the entire rest of the episode is like this horror movie version of Alien, except that the alien is fungus that grew on somebody's sandwich. And somebody took that episode and they paired it with Weird Al Yankovic's parody, "Living in the Fridge."
Man, I love
it's
Weird Al.
Amazing.
Fucking Weird Al. So good.
See, here's the problem. I as many times as I've seen it, I don't love Cowboy Bebop. I know that's sacrilege to say he's an anime fan, but I respect it. but I just think people put too much into it as something. I just do. So.
I think it's a nostalgia factor.
I think that it's so everybody recognizes the technical prowess of accomplished jazz musicians, but jazz itself is not beloved across the board, right?
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop is the jazz of anime.
Yeah.
It's obviously the guys who put it together knew what they were doing, but it doesn't appeal to everybody. The final product is what I mean.
I've seen it all the way through like 3 times in my lifetime, and I keep going in expecting it's just the time I'm going to fall in love with it, and I never do. Maybe it's because I don't like stories that end in tragedy. Maybe that's why.
That's why I don't love it, is because of the ending.
And at the same time, I also really don't like all the characters. I think I don't love Spike. I mean, I'd love to do things to Faye, but I don't love Faye. And it's just never. It's just the same thing every time, and I've stopped. I haven't gone back since like the 3rd attempt. It's just not. Hey, listen.
What was that?
I've got to listen. I found she did it again. She did it again last night. Okay.
I did it
again earlier this show.
Oh, she did it here today.
Well, because this one was just like, I can't even remember what it was, but he was talking about how he tries to get under my skin, and I was just like, well, I have an easy way to get under his skin, and so I did it.
And I have a button
Even
for
with
it.
this.
No,
we all have buttons that
not
can
gonna
be
bother me
pushed.
no more.
He says that.
Yeah, but his head went down like this.
It's like
People change, people grow.
I had a headache.
I call it the immaculate depression. Look at him.
Really quick, I like Sam. I like how your comparison was to jazz music with the soundtrack, the score, if you will, of Cowboy Bebop in general.
Yeah, well, not even just the score, but I like the show itself, the way it's drawn, the way it's
No, I
animated,
know.
the way the stories flow, the fact that it ends on a down note despite being relatively upbeat. Right? It's very jazz.
That's what I'm saying is like I understood your comparison for what you were actually saying with it, but also it's deeper layers because of like that opening and closing song.
Hey, look, the closing song, Real Folk Blues, is one of my favorite freaking songs that ever came out of anime. I love that fucking song.
Yeah.
I used to know most of it in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese, and I knew most of that song in Japanese.
Hey, here's the thing. I have loved so many openings and closings of anime, and they also are good, but I at least make sure once in a while to check what the lyrics mean when I'm singing a language I don't know. It's like,
no, I translated it and all that stuff, but I don't
I'm
actually.
not saying you didn't. I'm just saying I understand what you're saying. I love it, but I always make sure I know what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah. Plus, I had a crush on the singer. She was hot. So,
I mean,
but yeah, it's not for everybody. I only bring that up because of the whole, the AMV thing we were talking about. But yeah, it's not. Cowboy Bebop is not for everybody, and that's one of the things I appreciate about it is that they did not go out of their way to make a people pleaser. They made what they wanted to, and you either jibe with it or you don't, and they're cool with that.
I just bristle whenever he says it's one of the greatest things of all time, because I hate saying things are greatest of anything. I just bristle at that kind of thing. It's like make your own list and say
Adam just hates greatness.
Hey, listen, that means I'd have to hate myself, and I can't do that.
Well done.
Well, you confirmed he's a YouTuber. Welcome.
Yeah, that insult bounced right off his ego.
So, but I mean, yeah, it's just about. And I lost my point. Fuck it, I'm done. I'm thinking about the food I got. I'm thinking about food I got in the oven right now because I'm hungry. So I'm easily distracted.
I'm thinking about chicken nuggets myself, but you do you, boo boo.
I got cheese sticks in the oven, and then I got ziti in the fridge and sausage too. So yes, sausage. So it's gonna be a good night.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done derailing.
No, it's good. It's good.
That's what the show is.
Begin to derail this show, bro.
I was gonna say, Adam, I know you haven't been on this show. You were on Abyssal Musings before, and Abyssal Musings is something like Larry puts a ton of work into that. It's a lot more structured of a show, and the layout and how we proceed through it. This show is derailment
incarnate.
That's why Devil's here.
Yeah. It's what we do, man.
I'm locked into, or I'm probably having just done, a couple hours of streaming leading up to this. I'm locked into organized thought at the moment. So I feel like if I'm derailing, it's like, shit. Okay. I'm derailing a bit. I know you guys. I know what you're doing.
Wait, are you practicing being autistic? Because I kind of do that without effort.
I am OCD, but I'm not autistic.
Oh, do you make notes?
No, things just have to be.
I have a friend who's OCD, and that's her thing. Is she has to like make notes about everything.
No, shit just needs to be in order. Like that's all alphabetized right there. Things have to go in their place. Things have to be exactly where they're supposed to go. You have to clean up.
Nerd. Sorry, I can't help that.
Well, we are
got Tourette's.
It's one of the other things though about this show that I do enjoy doing so much is because when I started, when Larry and I started this up with Maester Chow and the Jamericans in the very first episode, we weren't really sure what direction we were going to take at the time. We thought maybe political, maybe a little social commentary, maybe a little culture or whatever, and it just sort of kind of. It's gone through phases. It has. But when we started, Larry and I were coming from the political side of YouTube, right? Not the entertainment side, right? It wasn't until later that we got involved with other people who then kind of opened doors with us through the entertainment side, which is where we met a lot of you guys, and I'm glad for that because on this show,
began. All the incest started.
Right? Well, on this show, I can bring together, both spheres that I currently run in, so. Right. Well, like Luke Castley, who was here earlier, I met her through my friend Amira. Right, over in the chat over there. Amira met her on BlackTube through a channel called the Lapeef Network and through a guy named Kevin Sales. And it's kind of funny how it all comes together. And I when I reached out to Hijabi Gamer, that's actually how I got involved with a lot of other people who ended up opening up some doors, including Legion Talk. I met a lot of people through him. Sasquatch was a bit of an anomaly. I got carried.
Always am.
I got carried, and I mean that in like an internet ambush kind of way. I love you out there. If you're out there listening, Carrie, man, I do. But yeah, that's how I met Sasquatch.
Carrie has nothing negative to say about you. It carries, pun intended.
That's so weird. That's so weird. He hates everybody.
Yeah,
equally. Apparently, except me.
Yeah, if there's one thing you could say, he's absolutely unbigoted in how he distributes his hate.
That's
equal opportunity hater, that man. Yes, sir.
That's true.
And he prefers to be hated rather than anything else, which is that's fine. I don't care.
He is the grumpy Smurf of YouTube.
He is. Smooth says, I met Gal at Anime Matsuri despite not actually talking to her. Smack my fucking head. But yeah, next time I'm in the States longer, I will definitely make an effort to meet more people. Very cool, man. And you never know. This whole internet thing, I do decry it because it does take an element of, I suppose, personal human connection out.
We're all ruined for it. We've all been ruined for it in a way.
Yeah. But like I stated earlier, it does allow us to connect with people we may not otherwise have ever run across, which is cool, But seriously though, go outside and touch grass once in a while and talk to people at your local supermarket or whatever, because it's good for you.
That shit's scary.
I advise getting involved with the Waffle House, because if your Waffle House staff won't help you have a body, you're living your life wrong.
Yeah, I'd say, I have to piggyback on that. I met Carrie. I met a lot of you through Sam, kind of the same way. I met Carrie through Amira, I think, but going back to the whole supermarket thing, that is also a great place to meet people, believe it or not. Carrie, well, he's for sale over there.
Oh Jesus! You had to bring that up again. I think I've got that on the.
Shout out to Kohai.
Have that on there?
I also met the author of that. I also met the creator of that, which is Kohai the Masochist, or as we call her, the demon memer.
Yeah, that's I always enjoy seeing that because the funny thing about that meme, so in it, and there's all kinds of details in it, like the squirrel in the tree laughing at the dude, but the hunter is getting raped by his prey. Right? The deer is going hard on them ass cheeks in that meme, and she put Carrie's face on the hunter. And when he saw that, he said, "That's not nearly hard enough."
He sure did, which was a shocking moment for me. I was like,
I'm like,
what?
What? Like you're getting boofed by a deer, dude.
No, you misunderstand. All of you have erred on the side of caution. Fuck you, Carrie.
Well, that's literally what's happening to him. So
yeah, but no, he wants it more direct. He wants the abuse out front. Like he wants some. He's a connoisseur of abuse. That's what you've got to treat. Layered.
He could teach Dermy a thing or two about taking it. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's something I don't want to think about.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we're all gonna
die. Want to start drinking at this point?
Sam's almost convinced me. I got about a half pint of rum over here.
Yeah, I wasn't intending to because I do believe that I might have another stream after we're done here that I need to actually be sober for. But
I'm kind of supposed to be at another stream right now, but I like you more than him, so you know.
No. We're pretty awesome over here. We are, in fact, pretty awesome over here. So, this wouldn't be the guy that I chased off with my Southern Belle gay dude accent on your stream.
I need to hear this.
I need confirmation first from Sasquatch. Is this the same guy? Because I'm just curious.
I don't think you actually scared him off. I think he lost his internet signal, but quite possible.
I want to go back to Southern Belle. I mean,
right?
Yeah. Let's not skip over that.
Southern Belle.
So, to give it some context, we get into I've got invited to do a show on Sasquatch's channel, so I was a little late, and so I came in the middle of a conversation, and he asked me how I was doing, and they had talked about accents back and forth, and there was some mention of gayness in there at some point, but I don't think that was the focus of the conversation at all, and I don't know what came over me. He asked me how I was doing, and I was like, well, Sugar, we could just go down to Atlanta, I think. And we could reenact some of those scenes from Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, right? And I'll bring the pickle lube, and we can just get it on, rubbing body parts. It just seems so sticky and so frictiony, and I think it'll be a good time, Sugar.
And he didn't swoon over this because you're
oh, dude bounced right after I said that. He's like, fuck this, I'm out. He's like, that is way too far.
Well, I had just said that I was going to create a Gay Pride Month channel called the Randy Dandy, and and I was like pitching different shorts concepts and little video concepts and stuff about, well, honey, all we got to do is go right down over there and put a couple of curls down in your hair, and we'll just have it laid right on out there. Get you some fingernails done. Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to Queer Eye for the Void, guys.
Dude, I was just playing into the bit, but it kind of rocks.
I'm proud of you.
I don't know what just happened.
Well, what happened is, I mean, we're desensitized to this. I mean, we're also gay anyway. All this shit. We hang around Dermy. It's all whatever. You have to be really, really nasty to phase any of us at this point. So Samuel comes up to me, starts talking all rogue Southern Bellish, like, okay.
Every
thanks.
Friday we're on a gay cruise, pretty much. So
yeah, it's true.
Gay cruise is gonna hit an iceberg any day now.
Yeah, if I do that, I'm joking, because of the two of us, between Dermy and myself, only one of us is likely to actually grab your balls.
Well, only one of you admits liking
have
the
balls.
dick, and that's
Now I'm just disappointed.
Wait, with me not having balls?
Well, that was
Oh, wait,
Sam
that
not
was-
having mine.
Well, listen, tentacles do more fondling than actually grabbing.
That's
I would
my
actually-
penetrating. Let's be honest.
Right.
Like, watch Alien from the Darkness. You'll understand.
I think that Sam now needs to have a new avatar in a Southern Belle dress.
Is it
I
time?
tell you what, I will. If you remind me, I will invest in something like
second.
that.
Oh no,
At some point.
just put rogue hair on. Like put rogue hair
No.
on.
There's an old freaking ancient viral meme about a Southern Belle Cthulhu.
Really?
Mhm.
I'm gonna
seeing
have to call
Gone
a
with the
video
Wind
on it
cover.
I'm
Gone with the Wind
basically
cover.
redone
Sam's bean
Pete.
on Scarlett's face.
What are we doing on Scarlett's face?
I said I'm seeing Gone with the Wind cover, but with Sam's face on Scarlett's.
Oh man, I could do something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I'll think about it, Gal. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
You know, maybe we'll have something for next week. But
Awesome.
man,
I'm trying to think of a play on "I Shall Never Go Hungry Again" right now, but I can't think of one fast enough.
I mean, this is the great thing about the internet. You know, we have come up with all kinds of jacked up shit on this show. There's anal rail guns. There's Jizz Man from space. There is this Southern Belle gayness. You know, it's a
That's
whole
what
thing.
the thumbnail
Did you not
is,
look at
Larry.
Did you not look at the thumbnail, Larry?
I didn't. Oh yeah, no, I did.
This is courtesy of Sasquatch and
Hey.
subsequent conversation there.
Oh, okay. So Sasquatch basically he drew Samuel's portrait and put it on the thumbnail.
No.
No,
Well,
he came up with the idea.
It was
that
just
was
about zero G Jizz Man.
Yeah.
We'll call him Senior Nutman. How about that?
no, it's Jizz Man from
Jizz
space.
Man from outer space, dude. You already got the show formatted.
Actually, no, Sasquatch, how do you say it again?
Jizz Man from outer space.
Y'all
see.
should,
Wait,
you
well,
should
you
look
know
I'm
at the
old
thumbnail
enough
while
to
he
get
says
that reference, though. Pigs in space. I'm an old boomer. I get that.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I see your point. If you had drawn a portrait of Samuel, his tentacles will have brown stains on them.
Yo,
Well, nobody
I
like
just ate
Suka.
something. Come on.
Suka put together the thing after we had the conversation. Gal Sasquatch and I had this conversation about, and I'm going to cover something that we talked about at the top of the show as well. The fluid dynamics of semen in zero gravity.
What?
It was a pretty fascinating conversation.
Which is what this was like 2 weeks ago, and this was it led into a discussion about like superhero stuff that turned into a man made of jism from space.
Wasn't there
And
a sidekick
Suka,
involved?
Super Suka, or Suka as he's called these days,
The swallow.
he took that and he came up with a couple of AI images that he sent me, and so I took the character from one of those AI images and I put it on the thumbnail this week.
I should have known I should have known Suka was behind it, man. He sends me all kinds of stuff. He has sent me stuff, and I was like, I'd get shot if I, especially who he sends them about.
Yeah,
the internet was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yet it gives us gold at the same time.
right. I told you, and by the way, at the end of that episode, Gal Squatch, you were there. You remember me saying this? Jizzman would return. I did not say how or when.
Yeah.
Did say he would return. He's in the thumbnail.
I feel strangely
Is
satisfied.
It's our version of Peeping Tom now.
Oh
Didn't we
no,
talk about that?
he's wasn't he like an ally of Peeping Tom?
Yeah, something like that.
And his sidekick, which we had not done much with,
The
was
swallow.
was Swallow. Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah,
he was
the
an
Swallow.
ally. He was like arch enemy, wasn't he?
Arch enemy of Peeping Tom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So Jizzman from Space is a villain then.
The swallow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which
I don't
is
know.
actually-
Is Peeping Tom a villain or a hero?
Move over, Rip-a-verse.
dude.
Here comes
Hey,
a whole new line
The
of heroes.
swallow.
This
The
is how it's
Swallow.
done, my man.
No Harley Quinn.
Zillage, rewind a little bit.
I can, I can,
Go
I can
back.
probably send that to myself so I can bring it up on screen for y'all, but I don't have it currently. It's only on my phone. Yeah, I set all this up through my phone this morning. So.
You know, all of that was derived from the
Jizzerverse?
fact that I refuse to acknowledge that we've been to space since there hasn't been any sex in space videos yet. So it was Kubrick's best work, and it's still a hoax.
Yeah, that's that's how that happened.
Yep, that was.
That's one of the reasons.
You should tell Adam the reasoning behind that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Do you believe in the moon landings? Do you believe humans have been to space?
Oh, Samuel already started telling me about what you did with this. He's already spoiled it. So just go.
Sam.
I didn't do it as well though.
NASA films every inch of that damn space station and every bucket that goes up and comes down. And if it's not NASA, then it's the Russian Space Agency or some other space agency. And every bit of it is, for the most part, publicly available. And you can just go watch it. And yet not once in the whole entire history of NASA have we caught a grunt pile in space. Not once has anybody ever tried to pull one off around the corner or something. Not once in the whole history of our entire trip to space has a single snuff film been filmed zero G. And I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. That's where I draw the line.
Maybe zero G kills sex drive.
No, I'm sorry. Being in zero G would make me horny. I would immediately turn and look at the very nearest compatible orifice and be like, you know what? I'm in zero G. This is happening.
See, and I tried something similar as a counterpoint 2 weeks ago.
No, that's a very strange thing to say immediately after what I said.
Well, I was just like, well, maybe it's something they put in the food, like the MRE type frozen food. Like maybe there's some sort of anti-Viagra in it.
Well, I mean, I can be logical about this. If the pressure is lower and there's zero G, in order to maintain erection, you would have to build the pressure in that area, and it's more balanced out, so it's less likely to actually achieve full erection, as it were.
But throughout the course of the discussion, it was realized that none of that shit would matter. Because like you just look out at the beautiful earth as it is, and at the same time you realize how small you are, but also how big you are, because you are out there seeing everything that is our existence from space. There is no way that does not like turn you on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have at least a half chub before I get to the window.
Yeah.
So this is, for those who missed it, this is the thumbnail for this episode. And that is Jizzman.
What's funny is it kind of looks like it's creaming into the void, not screaming.
Kind of does.
I mean, I'm aroused.
Literally just now noticed.
I don't hate it.
Well done, by accident or otherwise.
Now we have to become the swallow. You know, the swallow is going to be a small gay guy who's absolutely fabulous.
Well, now we know if Sam starts up an OnlyFans account, where he can go with it.
What? Why are his eyes black?
I don't know. He's got a little red around his neck too, because when I cropped it, he did have an actual cloth cape, but it kind of just got cropped out, but which is unfortunate. There was also a lot more zero G jizz floating around him in the original that I kind of wish I had been able to figure out how to implement here, but I'm honestly not that good at making it, so this was the best I could do.
I think it works.
Yeah. I think it does too, especially that font that I chose for 100th episode.
I feel disgusted right now.
And the creaming into the void. I can't unsee it now.
Yeah.
Well done.
I want to go wash my hands right now.
And who knows when who knows when Jizzman is going to show up again. I'm going to use it for all kinds of stuff. I asked him, I was like, dude, do you mind if I use this? He's like, that's why I sent it to you. I was like, fuck yeah.
Listen, the threat of Jizzman is just that you never know when it's going to show up. You could be there. You might not see it, but he's there.
Wait, hold on. Are you suggesting surprise Jizzman?
Oh,
I'm suggesting
he
is right now, and he could be here right now, and we don't know anything. Okay, he could be here right now, and we would never know.
God damn it.
His fortress of solitude is like a dried rag in the corner.
I don't know. It's the apartment
of the Splashtastic duo.
It's the apartment above the laundromat on the corner. That's his fortress of solitude.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Good
So
stuff,
Star
good
Trek.
stuff. That's not the show, buddy. Here we dwell on the jizz man. It's in it. It's in us and around us, and it binds all things together.
Yeah,
it's like
but at least
like, it's like the Force and duct tape, I guess. Right?
That's what I'm saying. At least it's male.
Can I talk about the Acolyte for a minute, because I haven't done it yet. I have yet to have my rant, but it's
Sure.
this one specific part of the thing that makes that entire show worth watching, in my opinion. It is the moment when a strong, powerful, independent young black woman with force powers is incapable of interrupting an old white man's nap. I'm sorry. If that's not the soft racism of low expectations, I don't know what is.
Well, then there's white guilt. The only thing that interrupts a snap is white guilt.
White guilt. Yeah.
She couldn't even interrupt it, dude. Like, he never even acknowledged her existence until she showed up with blue Kool-Aid. It would be blue too, wouldn't it?
No, it was green.
It was green.
Was it green?
It was green.
It was blue on my screen.
At least it wasn't purple.
Yeah.
No, they saved that for the moon ceremony.
That's
That's definitely the Kool-Aid.
God,
that's
garbage.
awful.
I've just had to start watching that to catch up since I'm coming back to Ballbusters next week. Dermy wants me to freaking watch it.
Oh,
So
Dermy can't make me do anything. I do it to myself.
It's Captain Curmudgeon for me. He's the one that's like, we're gonna totally clown on this show, and I'm like, but I don't want to suffer the damage it takes, the psychic damage it takes to watch
it. Can't hurt me anymore. Disney Star Wars can't hurt me.
The other massively glorious thing about this show and what we do here on this show, I do not require anybody to watch traumatizing bullshit.
Valid.
Thank you, Sam.
You just bring it up on screen in the moment.
Oh yeah, I just ambush you with it in the middle of the stream.
Yeah. But at least it's not where did the Star Wars touch you? Kind of
right.
Yeah.
No, where did the Star Wars finger you is more accurate.
I don't make you relive it.
Scissor.
I keep coming back to that. They created two little black babies, and one of them is an angry Zabrak lesbian, but they have no Zabrak features whatsoever. So it's only the pureness of the black lesbian that makes the black babies.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just got like some lightened skin.
Yeah. I don't even know that.
Supposed to be
really
like
good hair.
Or some shit.
They're lucky to have good hair. I mean, come on, people. Come on.
The hair is awful.
I miss Star Wars.
I don't have to miss it. I got it all right there. I got 28 years worth of collecting right there. It's all right there.
I got all the books and stuff, but like the things they're doing, it makes me sad.
It can't hurt you, dude. It can't hurt. If George wasn't involved, then it's not Star Wars.
All right, so like I'm with it, and I'm hip. I get it. I never intended to have a Star Wars collection. I liked Boba Fett, and I mentioned this once to someone. And as a byproduct of collecting 2 or 3 Boba Fett things, I ended up with everything Star Wars you can imagine, just slowly accumulating around me. Sadness.
I get what you're saying, Adam, that it can't hurt you and stuff, but it still feels like that South Park video where they have Indiana Jones being raped.
I know. Well,
except everything we love.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I've said this over again. I did the black pill thing already. I went to the worst possible place I could go from 2014 to 2019. I was in a terrible place when it came to Star Wars. So I've been there. I've been to the lowest you can get at hating and feeling ravaged and destroyed by Disney Star Wars. And then I pulled myself out of it. It took a little work. It took finding other people, realizing that they were where I was, that it wasn't real Star Wars. And here I am now. And they can do everything they possibly can, and they can try and rebrand it as Legend. They can do they can't take it away from me. So I mock it all because I can stand. I can stand and go. Bro. It's real Star Wars. I was there for it. I supported it. I collected. It's still in my heart. It is the franchise close to my heart. It was the first franchise at 3 years old that said, "Hey, guess what? We just saw Return of the Jedi. I want all these toys. My parents bought me toys, so they can't take that away from me. And all they can do is ruin it. And all I got to do is go look at freaking Twitter and see all the lunatics who think this is good and watch what they say and realize these people are fucking morons." They are the dumbest, lowest forms of intellectual life forms out there. They got no intelligence. I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
Completely creatively bankrupt. They are absolutely useless worms on society. They do nothing but take from creative people in the universe, rebrand it to make it. What was it they did in South Park? Put a woman in it, make her gay and lame.
Yeah.
That's essentially the formula. They took a Sam Slade novel and screwed up the setup. Trashed out the reveal and didn't do the actual story justice. That's essentially what the Acolyte is a murder mystery in the High Republic, right?
There ain't no mystery about that murder.
None, zero. They do the freaking twin reveal in the very first freaking episode. What's the point?
I guess our side of the internet is kind of like those groups you go to when you lose a loved one.
Well, it's commiseration.
Lost their,
it's cathartic. It's commiseration, and the only mystery left is how much are they going to blame on the Jedi? How much are they going to desecrate the Jedi? How much are they going to deconstruct the Jedi to make them evil and bad in certain point of view? That's all it is at this point. That's the mystery.
I'm calling it the Queef Unleashed.
Yeah, it's going. Works. I mean, it's like I said, they can't hurt me. I mock it. I make money off of it.
I have no choice. That's what I'm here Look, I was one of those people who saw the first season of The Mandalorian and went, they'll make some money, they'll realize their errors, and they'll make decent movies again. No. They just haul me out. Listen, now, here's my question. Okay. Do you think Filoni is leaning so hard into this specifically to try to show exactly what a bad idea this is?
No, Filoni was always a piece of shit. He was always a piece of shit since the 20-aughts. He was horrible. He's one of the worst things to ever happen to Star Wars.
Okay,
just look at the Clone Wars. It's garbage.
Question. Dave Filoni or Kevin Smith?
Neither. They're both a bunch of almost said a gamer word. Both a bunch of assholes. Kevin Smith is like
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith was always a liar and a fake, and Dave Filoni is a fraud who always wanted to be something he can never be.
Well, I mean, Kevin Smith did have a heart attack, and that's kind of when the changes took place.
I didn't like his shit.
Heart attacks don't make you gay.
they did in this case, I think. They also made him vegan, which makes you gay.
Well, vegan might have made him gay. That's
he had a heart attack and died, and they brought in a ringer to fulfill his contract.
Real quick,
the difference between him right before the heart attack versus right after the heart attack is unbelievably stark. He shrinks 3 inches.
Andy Pickle, you can get my email address on the About page, contact info page. It's on my YouTube page. You can find it there. Email address is there.
I will be linking Adam's contact information to the YouTube description and the Rumble description later. I have not done that yet because I forgot to. So I'll fix that when I can.
Because I'm a worm. I'm lazy. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, so it's
sorry, Adam. Love you. Farts and butterflies.
Yeah. Unicorn farts, whatever.
All right. So I think this is probably like, this being the 100th, we don't necessarily need to go on for hours and hours and hours and hours. This is about the typical length of the show anyway. I'm not opposed to doing that, but I know everybody else has got plans and stuff tonight and things I gotta do later too. So we probably will wrap it up about here. At least start the exits, the outros here, and that way maybe we can get through them by 2.5 hours, and all that. But yeah, this has been fantastic. It's been a great discussion. I haven't had to bring, aside from the thumbnail up, I haven't had to bring a single thing up on the screen, and we've had a great, fun discussion this entire 2-hour time. I'm very grateful for this. I am very grateful for all of you guys on the panel and everybody in chat and everybody else out there who just, watches this in silence like the things in the dark that you are. I love you guys. But yeah, this is a good place to end today's show. It's been 100 fucking great episodes. We're gonna keep this shit going. Yeah, I had actually considered retiring the show around now a while back. I was going through some shit, and I was just not sure if I wanted to keep going in this direction on the channel, if I wanted to change things up or whatever. But I don't want to do that. I want to keep going. I want to make this. Let's make it to 200 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. Let's put fucking network television to goddamn shame.
I like it.
Yeah, so here we are. So let's go around the horn and let people know where they can find you. And Adam, in your case, I will add your YouTube information in later. Sorry about that. So why don't you go ahead and tell people?
Great to be here. Happy to join in the fun. First time actually on this particular show. I am Adam Renaissance Nerd, YouTube channel, same name. Also my gaming channel, Renaissance Nerd Arcade. Tonight you'll find me over participating in Dermy's Chatterday. I'll just be playing Final Fantasy 14 with the boys over there. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern on my channel, the Roundtable will go over the week's events, including Doctor Who overnights, acolyte discussions, all kind of that fun stuff. No Mel Mondays this week because I got to get up on Tuesday morning, so I cannot be up doing that. Got to make myself go to bed. Throughout the week, though, Monday, you can catch my review of House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 1. I am the non-fan, the person who doesn't care, so you might get a unique perspective as someone who is not enraptured by all things Germ and Game of Thrones. Wednesday, you can catch my review of Acolyte Episode 4, pronoun episode from what we hear. Later on in the week, on Thursday, Anime Odyssey returns a week early this month due to scheduling conflicts. 8:30, usually 8:30 p.m. We might have to change that because our guest is Legal Mindset. He's on the other side of the globe, so we're going to have to kind of make sure the time zones line up. Dermy and myself and he will be watching Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 1? Love that.
Yes,
I love that show.
Yes, it is.
It's like
no, not when you see Hestia. It is not wrong to pick up Hestia. Okay, not wrong at all.
There's
Anyway,
better looking gods on that show.
Oh yes, I don't care if they gender swap a few. I don't care. They're busty and beautiful. Anyway, and then on Friday I'll be over on the Iceberg Bound Ball Busters for that nonsense, and then next Saturday. Saturday Night Drive-In returns at a regular time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I know we conflict here, but I'm going to promote it anyway. Jed and I will be watching Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Nice.
Because I got to watch a movie that at least has some decent time travel in it, as opposed to what we watched this week. And then after that, I guess it's sort of the season finale because we will be back for the Christmas special, but final episode of Doctor Who Cares Reviews, where myself, Dermy, Jed, and guest star Bradley Burnett, Duke Devil, we will be going over the final episode of Disney Doctor Who and Shidigatwa cosplaying the Doctor. And that's it. So thank you, Samuel, for having me tonight.
Yeah. Goddamn, Devil, you remember when you had that many shows piled up?
Yeah. Those awful old days.
Right. Gal, what do you have coming up this week?
I don't know if Skinamax is on tonight or not. Adam's kind of been taking a bit of a break for Vets Talking, but normally 8 p.m. Mountain Time is Skinamax Saturday after this lovely stream that we do here. And then Horny Alf's channel on Sundays when it's a game that I play, not like State of Decay and stuff like that. I believe he's taking a break this weekend because he is moving. So I will not be there tomorrow, but normally Sunday nights we do gaming streams. And then every Thursday on my channel, Green Haired Anti-Liberal, on YouTube, I will figure out Rumble eventually. I think what I'm going to do is upload the previous streams, but I do Cook in the Books, where I read your book list and my book list, so you don't have to. Currently, I am reading to you A Princess of Mars, John Carter, Edgar Rice Burroughs. He likes run-on sentences, but it's still a good story. So, so that's every Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then obviously Ballbusters, as Adam has mentioned, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, because I am in Mountain Time and that is what I speak. on Dermy Wormy's channel. So that'd be me. And if BL's pub comes back soon, normally I do that Saturday morning, very, very early. Yeah, and that's me. Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, green-haired anti-liberal. That's where you'll find me. And thank you for having me. I've only been on the channel here for 35 streams. Well, sort of, with a break in between the last few months. So
yeah,
it's been fun since I decided to look it up. September 16th last year. It's crazy.
Shit, that long?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
3 months away from a year.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Caucasian
Thanks,
Sasquatch. Yes.
Yeah.
Tell
Okay,
them about,
Sunday
tell 'em
nights.
about your plans.
What are we doing? What, you want to have to talk?
We can talk like this all night, baby.
Oh, good Lord.
All right, we'll just take
No, let's stop it.
You did that, Sam.
I know I did, and I feel bad about it now.
I'm being touched in a place I don't want to be touched right now.
I miss my wife. No,
I need an adult.
I got halfway through that, and I realized that I hate ASMR. So
Abort!
No, Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, I do the Blast Readies with Captain Curmudgeon. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, I do Lost with AJOT with AJOT's Corner, American Justice in Texas. Thursday nights, if I have a guest, I do Sasquatch Shields. If I don't, I usually drink a bunch of rum and go to other people's panels. Saturday night, if I get a wild hair up my butt, I sometimes do streams, but those are Chilling with Sasquatch, where we just do various reaction type stuffs across most of those channels, with the exception of Captain Curmudgeon, which is a satire news channel if you're interested.
All right.
There.
Fair enough. Larry, what do you got?
Well, I've got a 5-piece chicken tender with some biscuits. And damn, where's my apple pie? I know this motherfucker did not give me my apple. Okay, he did. Never mind.
That's the second time I've ever heard Larry say motherfucker out loud, by the way.
That was like, have you guys ever seen Frasier, the show? Frasier?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When Bulldog is always like, where'd they take my CD? Where's this? Oh, there it is. Maybe I'm the only one. I love that part, but
you guys can catch me every Friday night on Episode Musings with my co-host Sammy the Infamous and Know Me Without You when she's not working. Saturday nights you can catch me in the chat as a moderator for the world famous Exile Lioness 2 channel. And as for my channel, I'm still in a state of influx right now. And it's not because I've lost my inspiration. There's some things I'm working on behind the scenes, and I'm not sure if I want to continue what I was doing on the stream or if I want to do something else with it. But I am also gearing up to start a gaming stream on my Kick channel.
Nice.
Which I do have. Hopefully, if Sasquatch is listening, I was actually going to ask him if I could attend Blast Radius next Sunday, if he'd be happy to have me.
Yes, actually, Midlife Pro Logic just pulled out of his half.
Okay, well then I will be there.
Turns out he's at his girlfriend's house on the weekends.
Hey, what?
I see he said he pulled out. I said, "Oh, you can get in."
Yeah,
Well,
there's room for you.
I bit my tongue.
Speaking on that, before I hand it over to you, I want to take a minute to commend Adam the Renaissance Nerd, because I listened to what he said earlier, and Disney violated this man. However, he was able to pull them out, and he didn't need surgery.
It did take a while for it to close, though. It was.
Would you prolapse?
I was gonna say
it was just large and it was large and invasive.
Pancakes.
And you know,
pancakes.
someone done shit right for a while after that.
Yeah.
Hey, well, don't.
He's
Man, I feel your pain, dude. I went to the store and I bought some. And I love gummy bears. And I went in the health food section and I bought some gummy bears. They were wild gummies, and I was tearing them up last night. I ate like half the box, not knowing that the details said it had all the ingredients, and I didn't know that underneath all the ingredients it said excessive consumption will have laxative effect.
Oh,
I've been up
no.
since 3 a.m. this morning.
Oh,
I was in that bathroom for
Sugar-free
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
turn your ass into a
Yep.
You gotta be
snowboarder.
careful those gummy bears, man. They
I
will-
was
those-
raw.
Yeah.
I was raw by the time those gummy bears were done with me.
Yep.
They should use that as fucking torture.
Yeah. Why the hell did I just tell you guys
Tell us
that?
where the
that
microfilm
stupid
is. Or
difference
I
on
don't.
the-
I don't know, Larry. Larry just pulled a cloud.
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah. That's
And now we're gonna remember
that
this.
seems like the kind of thing maybe that you don't want to tell people.
So,
I'm
for
sure.
a while, it's like,
Or the internet.
so Larry's gonna be getting gummy bears in the mail for a while.
I'm just gonna give you that 4-eyed stare.
Well, let's go ahead and sweep Larry's shame under the rug there. Devil, it's good to see you, my man. Do you have anything you want to tell anybody?
The devil made Larry do it.
I followed that up.
Yeah. Where can I go? Yeah, this Jesus asked me not to will be around this week, possibly on other shows. But Devil won't be back till Friday. Coming back for Ballbusters. Unfortunately, I've got to watch a bunch of shit before then.
It really is a bunch of shit.
Dermy's a prick. Then yes, we will have the pub back next week. We got to get Sasquatch on the pub if he stays up that late at some point. And then yeah, back to the normal schedule after that. Thursday though, next week when they do the debate, we are going to have a special Wrong Think. We're gonna all watch it, whoever wants to, and get hammered and bitch the whole time. So
Drinking games.
check that out.
Every time Biden shits his pants, drink. Finish the bottle.
I was thinking every time he lost his train of thought, but I thought we'd be hammered within the first 20 minutes. So
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like,
I'm an alcoholic. I am down to be drunk in the first 20 minutes.
Every time he turns to somebody who isn't there.
Well, I can add you to the Wrong Think chat if you'd like Sasquatch, and then I just always throw the
second opinion on that one. Is that dangerous territory or is that safe ground?
Honestly, I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam's in there, Green's in there. A lot of people are.
It's fine. I'm just joking. I'm not that sensitive.
But otherwise, yeah, I'm like I said, next week I'll be back. Just look out for me.
Yeah,
all the normal places.
This has been great, guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed this show. A lot of laughs were had. And that was the goal. This has been a bit of a celebration, you know, and I'm glad for it. I am grateful to everybody who's watched, everybody who's subscribed, everybody who, you know, listens to some of the insane shit that I put out on Twitter. Because some of it is crazy. You know, or the things that I post in the community tab on YouTube. Like a couple weeks ago, I think I put something up about how the main cafeteria at the University of Colorado at Boulder is named after, you know, a known cannibal. Anyway, it just, you know, like, thanks for putting up with my shit for this long. You know, and congratulations again also to Larry too, because he was here since episode fucking 1. You know, here on the panel since episode 1. You know, he's been a part of the show as long as there's been a show. So everybody except Adam's stuff is in the description on both on YouTube and on Rumble on my channels. Adam will be there. I'm not excluding him because he's Jewish. Hey,
at least you're not putting me in the oven. All right.
Look, we're past 2. We're past 2 hours. I could say that, right? I would never put you in the oven. I might, you know, see about some accounting, but I would never put you in an oven.
Well, I'm terrible. Listen, I don't live with the stereotype. I'm terrible at math. So
I mean, with the way the world right now, I don't know if that's a bad thing anymore on YouTube. To say
it's like well, and here's the thing: is like I don't actually mean anything malicious by it. Adam's my fucking friend. I'm picking on him because I know him. I'm not picking on Jewish people.
Yeah, it's not like Dermy's been trying to kill me for like 6 months.
Right.
No, Dermy's a straight up he's a straight up little Eichmann. But anyway, we do appreciate all you guys. It's been a great ride. We're gonna keep this shit going. And hope to see you all next time. And remember, though the world is dark and the night is long, it could always be worse. You could have Jizz Man on your ass.
Oh no! I don't no.
Have a great night, everybody. Bye. Okay, we're apparently still live because of stupid.
Hi.
So give me